Well, good evening, everybody in YouTube land. This is Sauerkraut, and I have Don Pierce. We're in conversation today with Travis Pickering of Alberta, Canada. But before we get into any details or any introductions or anything like that, first I need you to subscribe down below, hit that little red button, turn it gray, and make sure you follow us, hit that little bell for notifications. And yeah, away we go. Perfect. I'll hand it over to you now, Don, and you can introduce your guest.
Hey, thank you very much, man. Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Who, me?
You've been kind of you've been kind of out of cognito for a while.
I've been working like a dog. Working like a dog.
You're always doing something. But anyway, let's get to our guest, Mr. Travis Pickering. How are you today, buddy?
Doing good here. How you guys doing?
Oh man, we're lovely. I'm from the big mountains of British Columbia, Canada here, so I'm right on board. When you were from Golden, BC, originally moved to Calgary to pursue the big singing career, and then big old COVID hit. You tell me, and kind of put the brakes on things. But you got some music. I got a couple of your songs that I play each and every day on our radio station. But the big news with Travis, got a big show coming up.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about it, Travis.
So it's this competition that's been going on for a few years now, and it's called The Shot. I guess it's kind of like Canada's answer to The Voice or Idol or anything like that that we haven't had in the past couple of years. But I've got some friends who are very gifted in music, and I've seen them participate in this competition over the last few years and have done really well. And but I thought it was only open to Ontario. And then so when this came about for these online auditions, I caught one of the online auditions and they're live. So I typed into his name is CJ Allen. He's one of the judges and a producer on the show. And I said, "Is this only open for Ontario?" And he said, "No, this year it's all open to Canada." So I registered and sent them my social media stuff and got a response back with a date and time and got to go on there and sing for The Shot, do my audition. And there was two different ways you could do this. You could send in a rehearsed video with some production behind it, or you may or may not get a call back, or you can register to go online, do it live, and get a yes or no right on the spot. So I opted in for that option and gave it a shot.
Geez, you're kind of taking it right into advance there. You're going to find out right here now. We're going to do it or not. Way to go. So, obviously it turned out good because you are now a participant of this show.
Yeah, so I got a spring call back. So these auditions will go until March 24th, I believe, and then the people that have gotten through the auditions and submissions will go to sing in front of the 6 industry judges after that. But I still haven't gotten my confirmation about the date or time of that. But a producer is going to be in touch.
Where is
Man,
that?
that's pretty exciting, eh?
It's out of Toronto. But everything is through Instagram right now.
Yeah,
and
I was going
everything.
to say good luck getting down to Toronto right now.
Well, not unless you want to fly, but whatever.
Yeah, but even then,
they seem to be
good
doing
luck
that.
finding somewhere to stay because you don't want to be down there right now.
Yeah, no doubt. So music, you were telling us earlier there when we were kind of just chatting before we went live here. It was your full time gig. COVID hit. Now you're kind of doing the child education deal, after school programs, whatnot. How is that? Doing that with COVID and stuff, working with kids, and how's the parents handling it and stuff?
The parents have been, and the kids, I mean, they can adapt. Like, it's amazing what they go through day to day. I mean, we wear the masks, here and there, it just, outside of all this, I mean, we wear masks but I mean, these kids, they're wearing their masks all day, every day. They come to the after school care and it's the same thing. We are all wearing masks at all times. And I mean, it has its challenges, but I mean, the kids are resilient and, we just try to have a lot of fun, regardless of what's going on. It's kind of just that escape, right? So we do what we can, but it does have its challenges for sure.
Yeah, being in full time music as you were, like must be quite a different lifestyle doing after school programs to playing, in front of 300 and 400 people at a venue, doing a rodeo or something in Alberta. I mean, it's just a big change in your life. What do you got planned for 2021 if COVID just keeps on happening?
If it keeps on happening, what I've done is I've really put I put it to work. Like they say, if you can't do what you do what you can. And in the meantime, while this is all going on, I was lucky enough to be able to play a couple of really socially distant shows throughout this, throughout COVID, really. I've got a really amazing booking agent. We were able to do a tour, COVID-friendly tour of actually seniors' homes, standing outside the home and putting our PA system, towards the home and having everybody on their balconies. I think we did 7 shows like that. And then I did a couple campground shows where I was way off in the distance playing to, a crowd that was 50 yards away or more. And
That's
so that,
different.
yeah, right.
It's really different.
Kind
Man,
of those,
your promoters are really thinking. Campground shows, that's pretty damn interesting.
that one came up I grew up in the Columbia Valley from Golden Parson area. And then in Radium. So my dad and I actually were in a duo before I moved here, and we played for a lot of years throughout the East Kootenays and a little bit in Alberta, but so we're well known throughout that area. And the campground manager has, known us for years and said, hey, would you guys be up for this? If, we want to make sure all the rules are in place. Would you guys be interested in doing this kind of all summer long on the weekends? And we didn't have much else going on. I was camping basically for a lot of this out in the Jaffrey area. And so I just commute to Radium and we'd play these distant shows, and it was
Jaffrey area. So you're out here in the summer camping around Jaffrey area playing some shows. Well, how in the hell did I miss that? I live in Jaffrey, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I heard you say the East Kootenays. Do you know, there's some guy that lives there. No, some guy.
Oh, that Don Pierce guy? Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I can't remember his name. I think he's important. No, maybe he's not.
Oh, that Dean Brody guy.
Dean Brody, that's it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I know he knows Shelley Lynch, though.
Yes. Yeah. Do you know Dean Brody as well, or no?
No, she's the person that you want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so. Yeah, Shelley talked a lot about you and talks very highly about you when she was on the cabin with us here at Access Radio, and she mentioned you and said, you got to listen to this guy, and so I did, and here we be today. You got some great stuff there. What did you do for the shot there for a song?
So I wrote a song a few years back for my fiance, and it's called "She Gets Me," and it's just a feel-good song, just a straight to the point, exactly what it is about her that really gets me. And I did a little back and forth with that one with a producer in Nashville. We were hoping to get that one off the ground. We couldn't get on the same page about a few things, and then he was trying to pitch me some songs that I wasn't exactly feeling, so we kind of tabled that song. And then I just thought, you know what, I think there's something here. My gut feeling says I should really, stick this song out and develop it on my own. And then lo and behold, I did it for the shot, and they had some really great things to say about it. And they're hoping that I bring the song to the competition for some more development.
Well, that'd be cool. Where can we catch this shot anyway? When does it start airing?
I'm not sure when they're actually going to air it. Right now, they're just doing all the live auditions. But if you go to Instagram and you type in "Sing for the Shot," and you subscribe to them, you'll get their live feeds. And every Thursday from now until March 24th, they're going to be holding the live auditions. So you can catch all the people that are auditioning live on their Instagram page.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm trying to set up some stuff here with Shelley in the East Kootenays there. We're going to have to keep in touch there and do some live kind of things on social distancing in a couple of the clubs around here in the East Kootenays while they're closed, be able to do kind of a live Facebook concert through Access Radio, simulcast it through the station, and of course, right here on Access TV. And maybe we can get together with that, and you and Miss Shelley can give us one hell of a concert one day.
Definitely.
I would really, I think she'd be down for that. She thinks so much of you and your music. And, you were mentioning that you went into Nashville, you deal with Nashville. Explain to people, there's quite a difference in the music industry between the United States and Canada. Would you prefer to well, how do I say this without insulting every Canadian that we're talking about here? Would you prefer to stay in the U.S. side of the music business just because of the bigger venues, bigger audiences, or are you true and blue Canadian?
I'm wearing the Canadian jersey,
And I know.
I'm red, white, and true this way, right? I would love to get myself mostly established here in Canada first, and I can't imagine being anywhere else than where I am right now. I would love to, and with Shelley and I co-writing that song and getting our names onto the, the Music Road charts in Nashville and that sort of thing. That's great. But, I'm Canadian through and through. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I asked the same question to Shelley, and she just gave me that look, the Shelley look. You must have had it once or twice in your life. And the only reason I knew that I got the Shelley look is because a friend of mine that knows Shelley, when he watched the show, he said, "You got the Shelley look." And I didn't even know what he was talking about till I went back and watched it myself. But anyway, you got a lot of things happening in Alberta, and being a BC boy, a lot of, as you know, Paul Brandt and Corbin has kind of opened their voice into this coal mining thing and everything like that. Where do you sit with all that, being a BC guy and being in around the East Kootenays with five of the biggest coal mines in the world right here?
It's tough, when it comes right down to it, and having fresh water and what it can do to the economy and ecosystems. I mean, I can see why they're standing behind that kind of thing, and it's a really tough thing to have a stance on something big like that, because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You know what I mean? So it's a very difficult position, and where I stand, yeah, I stand behind Paul Brandt and Corp Glenn for sure. It's it's important.
Yeah, I did the same thing, and then I kind of got riled up in a magazine kind of deal, and kind of went on. We broadcast in three countries and probably more than we should, but all of a sudden it just blew up all over social media that, Canadian DJ speaking worldwide out in support of Paul Brandt and Corbin. And basically, which was true, I was doing that, but the whole story, what I was speaking out was they have a right to an opinion, because they were getting blasted on, of course, the right wing side for, standing up for the right thing, and the lefts were saying, "Hey, what are you doing here? Like, we need the money, and you're in Alberta, and you should." So they were getting kicked around from both ends of the field.
Yeah,
And what I did say was, they're quite welcome to their opinions, but this is 2021. There's got to be a way we can do this safely. It's just not might be the cheapest way is the problem.
for sure. I mean, it's like I said, that and the easiest way to pick a fight on the internet is just to have an opinion. That's it.
Yes. Just
Like,
have a
it's not
general
like
opinion.
you're looking
Doesn't
for one.
matter.
Oh yeah, like it didn't take long before I got 100 emails saying you put your foot in it this time from some of my friends, right? Just like, well, you went into a conversation you're gonna wish you never had, and well, quite frankly, it was him. And yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have never opened my mouth, but here we go again. But let's see. We got that coming up. You got a couple of great songs, so you can't do anything. Are you doing any recording while you're sitting at home, or like is there getting into the studio time for Travis, or what's going on?
There's going to be. I was lucky enough to put myself through some audio engineering courses, and got my diploma a while back. So I do have a little bit of a home studio setup where I can just throw down ideas, because I mean, the biggest lie I'll ever tell myself is, "Oh, I come up with a good idea. I'm going to remember that later." No. So now I've learned to always have something ready, and because I've forgotten more good lines than I've remembered. So
No
I was
doubting.
on the go. It's hard right now with the space that we're in. We're in tight quarters with my family, my fiance, and my little boy. So I don't always get to have my studio stuff set up at all times, because there's busy hands going on around here. So
Yeah,
um,
tell me about it. When we moved into home studios here out of the major studio, the only studio that we have actually brick and mortar anymore is our head office in Niagara Falls, Ontario, which is where he is. The rest of us had to give up our studios and move into home studios. And I had four grandchildren living here, and that was an adjustment for me, man. Holy, they came from Ontario back out here when the pandemic started, and of course, trying to find a place to live when you're just moving during a pandemic, right? And
oh,
as you know, the East Kootenays, trying to find a place in the East Kootenays with five of the biggest coal mines in the world here, pretty hard. But anyway, so long story short, five kids and a lot of expensive equipment going, "Duh, yeah, yeah," all the time. I know what you're going through, man.
that's
Jeez.
Yeah, I remember getting phone calls. Hey, somebody spilled some Coke on my computer. Is that a big issue? Should I be
Yeah,
worried? Yeah. I think we're done.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I've done dumb things like pull wires out and shut the whole radio station down and stuff
Oh,
like that. So we don't do things anymore.
Yes.
But Travis, I got to tell you, in Canadian country music, I do believe that you're gonna go a long way with this. I really enjoy your music. You sent me a couple of them, acoustic tracks, and man, I really enjoyed them. I played one today, and I thought, I'm gonna play it anyway, see what people think. And sometimes when you play an acoustic version of something, of course, everybody's got an opinion, right? I got nothing but good. out of your acoustic stuff today, and
Thank you
that's
very
pretty
much.
cool for a radio station not to get yelled at. But I enjoyed it so much that I decided to play it. But good stuff you got going there, man. So
Thank you so
anyway,
much.
anything else you want to tell us about, buddy? What's happening in your life?
Well, I've been talking to a producer in Ontario. His name is Jason Barry. He's been around the game for a long time. I believe he's won the last 4 CCMA awards for Producer of the Year, lead guitar player for Dean Brody. And I was put in touch with him about potentially working on my song "She Gets Me," which is the song that I did for my audition. And I sent him the tune, and he digs the tune. He's looking forward to getting that one off the ground. Hopefully, here within the next few months, we're gonna get going on it.
Well, that'd be good. Of course, you're going to give us a copy of that here so we
Oh,
can get it out
absolutely.
there for everybody. And of course, you're going to come back and join us with the cabin, of course, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, oh, don't call me sir, man. Like now you really made me feel like some kind of old guy here, man. Like, holy,
Yeah.
and
I think he's actually my age plus your age plus a little bit more there, Travis. So yeah, call him sir.
I'm going to tell Shelly you're both picking on me. That's the end of that, man. I'm telling on you. And,
Now,
the one good thing, Travis, is Shelly, from apparently where my house is situated in the valley, I'm not that far from Shelly's house. So she's already told me where the liquor cabinet is in her place in case she doesn't get home on time. So there you go.
You mentioned Jason Barry. Somebody else we had on was working with Jason Barry. Do you remember who that was? Or
no?
Okay.
How many people do we interview in a?
Well, I know.
Last year,
I was just trying to think.
Likely a lot of different. Like he's working with everybody. He's well sought out, and I mean his work speaks for itself. And he's a busy guy. So
maybe he's just mad at
Kansas,
Dean. Who knows?
Yeah, did Kansas Stone maybe do something with him?
Yeah.
Very well
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian does. Brian works with a lot of them guys down Lake. Dean and Neil McCoy and all that stuff. So yeah, he's pretty good. You know Brian from Kansas Stone?
I don't know him personally, but I've definitely followed along in the same circles.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
A couple of friends of mine on Facebook, so I see their posts from now and now. Like they're just phenomenal.
Yeah, he's got some single stuff out there that's happening right now. But you, my friend, are going to be going a long way. Cannot wait to get some of your new music in here. Man, we're going to be saying goodbye to Mr. Travis for today, and he is going to be back on the cabin. Travis, thank you for joining us each and every day. You can, find Travis stuff where? Where can we find your stuff, buddy? Where can our fans listen and do Travis?
Instagram, Travis Pickering Music. Facebook, same thing, Travis Pickering Music. And on all streaming platforms, just look up my name and you'll come across my acoustic album on the platforms.
And I got to tell you, I've listened to Travis's acoustic stuff, and it is fantastic, man. And I actually played your mix stuff, the one you sent me that's already mastered and stuff. That's pretty damn good too, though. So we hit that up all week because you were coming, of course. I opened an email this morning, and I do that every morning, my request email, and the first one I've got is yours. So play Travis Pickering, and I'm thinking, okay, so I'm reading it down, and it says Travis's mom on the email. So no, I'm just kidding, buddy. It's been great to have you here, man. You're a fun guy to be with. When you get to the cabin, do not forget that it's beer, bourbon, and whiskey time, right?
I'm bringing the Jack Daniels. We're good to go.
Oh, wait a minute now. Jack Daniels. So venue, Jack Daniels, Shelley Lynch, booze. Yeah, we can have a good time, sauerkraut.
Yeah,
what do you think?
We can figure it out. We can figure something out for sure.
Yeah, you betcha. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming In Conversation tonight with our very special guest, Mr. Travis Pickering. He will be back in the cabin. And, of course, we'll be featuring Travis's songs tomorrow on the Don Pierce Show, Coast to Coast, right here at Access Country Radio. So goodbye, everybody. Have a great night, and thank you for joining us on this special edition of In Conversation.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.